Okay, brass instruments are some of the greatest instruments of all time, and anyone who says otherwise is most likely a woodwind player. Arguably the most popular of brass instruments is the trumpet. I started playing the trumpet in elementary school, and I did that for a year. Took a break, did it in high school, and I'm still doing it now, and I love it. So, the trumpet has played a large part throughout history, in particular religion. In Joshua, 7 priests marched for 7 days around the city of Jericho, playing ram's horn trumpets, which is a rudimentary type of trumpet. And it doesn't have the best sound, and you can't play different notes with it because it doesn't have any vowels like today's trumpets. But later on in history, they started to make trumpets out of brass, like this one. The Billingsgate trumpet is the oldest trumpet that we have today, and it was made in the late 14th century and was discovered in 1984 in a European city named Billingsgate. It was actually found in a river which protected the brass from corrosion and erosion, which is why we still have it, and it's currently displayed in the London Museum. Now, warming up. What is the most important part to playing a trumpet? I hear it, it's breathing. Good job. Okay. In addition to breathing, you'll want to have a good mouthpiece. The mouthpiece I use is a 5C. What 5C means is it's the depth and the size of the mouthpiece. A 5C isn't quite as deep as, say, a 7C, and it is helpful for playing higher notes, and is better if you're playing a low brass instrument and you want to switch to trumpet, you'll want a 7C, for example, a mouthpiece for the shallower. Yeah. Ta-da. Okay, when warming up, you'll want to do whole tone. You'll want to do long tones, which are basically whole notes. These are incredibly boring to do because it's just playing one note for a long period of time. However, the more boring a warm-up is, the better it is for you. So it's very important to do your long tones. But over time, it's better not to stay with long tones. You can break down the notes and make them shorter and shorter until you eventually get to 16th notes and 30-second notes so that you can practice playing more quickly and with more articulation. Another thing you'll want to do is your scales. There is C major scale, D major scale, and so on. The C major scale doesn't have any sharps or flats. Very simple scale. That was C major scale. Okay. Okay, there are different fingerings for certain notes on the trumpet. The G fingering, the most common one you'll see is open fingering, meaning you don't press down any of the vowels. However, you could also do 1 and 3 when playing a G, which is helpful for when you have to slur quickly between a G and a D. So that isn't quite as easy as another fingering is for the A. I actually learned this at State Solo Ensemble from one of the judges, who told me that when you're playing an A above the staff, which would be that A right there in treble clef, it's better to do the 3rd fingering instead of the 1 and 2 fingering because it gives you a better sound. Vibrato is something you do when you slightly, vibrate the note, and it helps. It's good for certain pieces, but with other pieces you don't want to do it. Mostly you use vibrato on longer notes, so love to demonstrate, but I am not nearly talented enough to do this. Dr. Cooper, on the other hand, he's very good at doing this. In order, two-in-one playing basically is when you're playing one trumpet, but you make it sound as if two are playing. This requires you to be able to play very, very well and have the ability to quickly change your tone and your dynamic so that it sounds like two people are playing. Bending your tone. This is something that if you try it in concert band, somebody will slap you. You do not want to bend your tone in concert band. In jazz band, however, there's a lot more freedom in playing, so it's sometimes good to bend your tone. What that means is that you can make your note either sound sharper or lower than it actually is supposed to be. And you can bend your note so that it almost actually goes to another note without actually changing your fingering. I don't like bending my tone very much because I'm naturally a concert band player. The neigh! The neigh is very, very fun to do. You know the song Sleigh Ride? Sleigh Ride, there's a part in that song where the trumpets imitate the sound of a horse. Now to do that, you only put down the valves slightly in an ascending order, so, and you also give it like a strong vibrato, so. Yep, that was the neigh. Okay, what do you think would happen if I were to play this right now as it's written? Not this part because I don't play bass clef, but this is in G major right now, and it's on the piano it sounds like right? So that was G major, Yankee Doodle. So, but if I play it on the trumpet, it didn't sound quite the same because I was playing it in a different key. This is a B-flat trumpet, which means that whenever I play C major, I'm actually sounding a concert B-flat. So if I wanted to play that song exactly as it was written for the piano, I would have to add 2 sharps to the key signature and take it up 1. So I would be playing an A major starting on an A. See? Okay. Accessories. If you want to be a serious trumpet player, then you'll need a whole lot of things to help you play. One of them is the lyre. This is going to be your best friend in marching band because you can't always memorize all of your music, especially when you're trying to learn a new show halfway through the season. So this is a good thing to have. Another thing would be the tuner. This is always a good thing to have. It helps you see whether you're in tune or not. If you're too sharp or if you're too flat, it tells you how much. If you're too sharp or too flat, you can pull out or push in the tuning slide, and that'll help. However, there's also this tuning slide, but you use this mostly for when you're playing a D or any 1 and 3 combination actually, and 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Mute. You get what you pay for when you have a mute. This mute right here is a cup mute. It gives you a different sound than a straight mute. This mute is a cardboard mute, and this one's a metal mute. Metal mutes are the more expensive and the better mutes. Do not use a cardboard mute. They are terrible. Whatever you do, it's just not good. Dave Cooper, I asked him about it once, and he actually flinched and said, do not use the cardboard mute. Do not, under any circumstances. Even if you have to use a plastic mute, that is better than the cardboard mute. So avoid those. R-bands. This is the trumpet Bible, pretty much. Everything you could ever hope for in playing the trumpet is in this book. There are technical exercises, And then there are more musical exercises to help you with learn dynamics and certain techniques, all sorts of things. Okay, there are many different types of trumpets. This trumpet right here is a B-flat trumpet. This is the most common type of trumpet you will see. And if you're starting out with a trumpet, you will most likely start out with a B-flat trumpet. However, you might also start out with a cornet, which is like, the cornet is right here. And oftentimes in band, you'll have a cornet part, but you can substitute the B-flat trumpet for the cornet. Okay, also pictured here are the natural trumpet, which has no fingerings, and it's more like the older trumpets, like the Billingsgate trumpet. And then we have the piccolo trumpet. The piccolo trumpet is used for higher playing. It gives you a much better sound than B-flat, C, any other type of trumpet. It has four valves, and the fourth fingering is used to replace the 2 and 3 fingering. It's just more convenient when playing quickly. The double bell trumpet. What do you think that one does? It's mostly used for 2-in-1 playing, as I mentioned earlier. It's just a trumpet with 2 bells. Okay. This one right here is an E-flat trumpet, and as you might have already guessed, the E-flat trumpet plays a concert E-flat instead of concert B-flat. Okay, also, this ridiculous looking one over here is the herald trumpet. This is the type of trumpet that you would see announcing kings and queens and the like. Here you can see there's a ring. That's actually for holding up a flag. And then we have our cute little pocket trumpet. Seriously, that thing is adorable. It's exactly what the name sounds like. It's a trumpet that you can fit in your pocket, take around with you anywhere. If any of you is going to do a Secret Santa thing, if you're looking and you happen to pull my name, want a gift idea, it's adorable. I love it. Okay, flugelhorn. The flugelhorn is a great trumpet. It's sort of a cross between a mellophone, which has a lower sound and is larger than a flugelhorn, and a trumpet. I actually have one. The flugelhorn has a lower, warmer tone than the trumpet. I actually call it the teddy bear trumpet because of that warm, fuzzy sound. If I could get my mouthpiece out. There we go. Actually, no. So, to refresh your memory, the B-flat trumpet's on the 5th. And then your flugelhorn will sound like. Can you see the difference? Okay. And then finally, hero worship. Hero worship is a term that Dr. Cooper actually gave me. Basically what it is that you find a trumpet player that's so amazing that you really want to emulate, and you basically follow everything they do and try to learn how to play like them so that you yourself can become a better trumpet player. And Wynton Marsalis is actually a really good concert band trumpet player. I really admire him, and his sound is just amazing. And that is not Wynton Marsalis. Still not Wynton Marsalis. I could listen to him all day, sorry. And then Miles Davis is a jazz trumpet player. I like jazz, but I don't really play it as much. But still, I admire Miles Davis for his style of playing. our trumpet here at UWP, a really great player. He's actually the music chair this year. And if you were at the faculty gala this past September, you would have heard him play this. Okay. The trumpet is a bold, powerful instrument, and there is no room for timidity in playing it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be that obnoxious trumpet player in the band who thinks they're better than everybody else. No, it is important to be modest, but you can still have a great sound, and really playing the trumpet makes you a more confident person. So if you ever get the chance, try to pick up the trumpet.